how do you unplug, or how do you handle any kind of resistance?
Yeah. So, I would say first, I really, if I'm self-aware enough to realize something's happening, I like to really take a step back and like really understand what's the root cause of this feeling or the resistance, whether that's, resistance from a team member on an idea or moving something forward, or whether that's like, personally, like I'm resisting letting go. It's like, let's take a step back and understand why that's happening. Is there, you know, a big crisis happening that I feel like if I'm not, tuned in and plugged in 100% of the time, things are going to get worse or, not be fixed. If it's working with someone else, like really understanding what is actually like the root cause of this feeling or pushback. And then once you have a better understanding of where it's coming from, it's a lot easier to diagnose and help build a strategy to fix, or even think about it more logically of like getting away from just like the feeling of like, oh my gosh, if I don't stay attached to my phone 24/7 during this crisis, it's all going to go downhill. It's like, well, actually, let's think through what is the downside risk here? Is that really true? Do we have it handled to a certain extent? Are there even things I can even do right now to fix it? And so just really focusing on like, where is the root feeling coming from? And then can we resolve it at that point? Versus, I think oftentimes that feeling of resistance, whether it's from yourself or someone else, is the output of something of that root cause. So really trying to get to the bottom and the real problem, so to speak, and focusing on fixing that and coming to a happy solution.
I love the point that you made too about asking yourself, is there, I feel like I do this too. I ask myself, if it's 11:30 at night and I get an email, for example, can I really do anything in this moment to fix this?
Yeah.
Is me taking time right now going to mean that, or can I do it tomorrow?
Yeah.
And I love that point too that you
And
said.
then the next level of that is like, okay, you can't do anything tonight. So instead of just not even like executing on anything, it's also mentally being okay and like letting it go for the evening so you can get a good night's sleep so that you are well equipped tomorrow to handle the problem. Because I think so often I'm like, oh my gosh, 11:30 at night, we have this problem. I'm gonna stay up all night and worry about it. That
Mm,
doesn't do any good either.
that's
So
so true.
yeah.
When I've had that feeling in the past, sometimes I'll draft an email and then
Hmm.
I'll look at it the next day. So I feel that I was productive about that topic, but I didn't send it and I didn't keep dwelling on it. Or I'll make a calendar reminder for myself about it, what I'm thinking in that moment. It as my fiance jokes, like, why do you put like 5 sentences sometimes? And because we have a shared calendar, because it makes me feel more productive in the moment, and I don't want to forget something
Yeah.
that I was thinking in that moment, but I don't want to do it in that moment. I'm sure you get it.
Yeah, I totally get it. No, I totally get it. I think that's such a good approach too, because it's like, okay, let me get out on paper without having to like think through meticulously, read what I'm saying and make sure I'm not missing anything. And then it's like, I'll deal with this in the morning and I can come back to those thoughts and like run the full process. But it at least gives you like that release to let it go for the
Mhm.
time being. I love that.
Thank you. I used to have a journal by my bed sometimes, and I would write it down, but I found it more beneficial for me to put it on a notes on the notes app on my
Yeah.
phone, because maybe I'm out at a meeting or somewhere else, or I get the reminder when I'm doing something. It seems a little easier to keep up with, to keep track of.